Hello there everybody, Adam Cleary, 442 here. Wasn't gonna do a video on the whole Kylian Mbappe thing, but having looked at the Kylian Mbappe thing, that's mad, isn't it? If you've somehow missed all of this, the very top headline of it all is that Saudi Pro League club Al-Hilal have made an offer of around 300 million euros to PSG for Kylian Mbappe, and PSG have accepted it. If you're sitting there going, oh, euros, can't really get my head around that. That's like 259 million pounds if you're English, and about $332 million if you're American. What is somehow even more crazy than this is they are going to be offering Mbappe personally nearly 700 million euros a year for a 1-year contract. Now, I'm sure you'll have all seen some stuff about Mbappe and PSG this summer. He's got 1 year left on his deal. He was maybe going to extend and then he wasn't going to, and they got back and forward in the press. So it was pretty much looking like he was just going to have to wind down that 1-year deal and then go to Real Madrid on a free. And the Saudis are offering to basically buy up that one last year of the contract and then still let him leave for a free to go to Real Madrid. So in essence here, what we've got is a near billion euro loan. And that is f***ing bananas. And I know it's quite easy to be cynical about this because we've just got so used to the numbers in football being so just ridiculous and stupid. But even with the normal standards, this is just light years more stupid. Mbappe is already one of the best paid footballers in the world. He makes just over like £100 million a season playing for PSG, and this is 6 times that salary. Just to try and put it in some kind of context for you, £604 million a year works out at about £50 million a month. It is £11 million a week. It is £1.5 million a day. It is £70,000 an hour. It's just over £1,000 per minute, and it's about 20 quid every single second. Just to put that into even more context, it's like quadruple what Ronaldo is getting paid to play in the same league, and about 8 times what Messi's getting to play in America. It's basically, you see Austin Powers, where he asks for $100 billion and they all just laugh at him because it's just a ridiculous sum of money. This is football's Austin Powers, I want $1 billion trillion moment. But what the hell? I mean, how is this going on? Why is this happening? Everything is quite scary. Well, if you're a bit confused, I've done a really good primer, although I do have to say it's really good because I did it already on the channel. I'll link to it. I think it appears like here, and I'll get it in description, just about like what's going on with the Saudi Pro League, why they're investing so much money, how they're getting so many players from Europe, what they hope to achieve by that, and the impact it's going to have on football as a whole. But in May, that all changed for the Saudi League when the division's big four, Al-Ittihad, Al-Nasser, Al-Ahly, and Al-Hilal, were all collectively taken over by the country's sovereign wealth fund, PIF. This means that they now have access to near limitless financial resources and are already able to offer wages way in excess of all but the very top European clubs. But the thing is, that's a crazy story. But this one right here, the near $1 billion loan that's being proposed, this is the craziest story. There's nothing in the world of football right now that could conceivably happen which would be more insane than this. This is the peak of it. It can't get any weirder. And I know I can see you. That's an enormous claim, Adam. Football always finds ways to get weirder and stupider. But no, honestly, it's the 54th biggest league in the world, spending £1 billion to get somebody in on a 1-year loan. That's it. You can't top that. But here's the thing, and I'm just going to start wildly editorializing at this point because the numbers have sent me insane. It was the 54th biggest league in the world when Ronaldo went there. This summer, it might be a lot better than that. Like, a lot of critics of this move are going to say, well, you shouldn't do that because you're meant to be one of the best players in the world and you're already playing at a league that was probably a little bit beneath you. Taking a much bigger step down is going to hurt your career, it's going to hurt your development, it's going to hurt your legacy. And, well, if we're being really unkind to the French league here, the sort of transfers that are going through this season from many leagues in Europe to the Saudi Pro League means that the gap between Ligue 1 and the SPL, which we're never ever going to call it, is probably not as big as you might think now. But that is if we're being really unkind to the French league, by the way. I personally really like the French league. It's my favourite save on Football Manager right now. I'm in Ligue 1. There's a place I like to spend my emotional capital, but just oh, it's not like he's going to play amateur football now. And if he does go to Al-Hilal, then he's going to be playing with Ruben Neves, who's gone there from Wolves. Koulibaly's gone there from Chelsea. Sergei Milinkovic-Savic has gone there from Lazio. So it's not even like when Ronaldo went last year and it was just him and a load of people you'd never heard of. No offense, that team. But like, these are players who could conceivably have gone to PSG and been a very normal teammate for him. They're on his level. And the thing as well is that while I think the ball is entirely in Mbappe's court, he can either just run down his contract to PSG, they will almost certainly back down on shunning him from the team because he's too important an asset not to play, and then he can just go to Real Madrid for free. If I was PSG, I would be pushing very heavily to try and make this happen. I know they're not exactly short a buck or two, but they've still got to comply by French financial footballing regulations and UEFA's footballing financial regulations and stuff, and basically getting 300 million euros for a player who's going to leave on a free in 12 months' time. I'd be flying him out there myself. Is Kylian Mbappe going to go to Saudi Arabia for 1 year and then leave for Real Madrid, simultaneously elevating that league to even beyond the realms of possibility we thought it was going to get to this summer, and then going on to still be probably the biggest transfer of next summer as well? Yes. Almost certainly I think this is going to happen. Yes. And the reason I think it's going to happen is because there's not a single party involved in this whole drama that doesn't stand to massively financially benefit from it happening. Like, think about it. PSG get an enormous transfer fee when they weren't going to get any next year. Kylian Mbappe goes from getting life-changing money to getting life-changing money before still getting to go and sign for the club he wants to sign for. Real Madrid now don't have to worry about trying to buy him this summer. They can still just get him on a free next year without having to worry about any of that. So that's going to save them a load of money. The Saudi Pro League are going to make bank just from having him in that division. Like, it doesn't matter what it costs them. It's going to be worth it. So there's not a single party here who aren't going to push really hard for this. And that is really all I've got to say about any of that. I would genuinely encourage you to watch a Saudi Arabia video, because this is like the bizarre, solid gold cherry on top of a very weird but very interesting, very aggressive cake. Like, something like this was always going to happen. They were going to go get one of the best players in the world in that division. Just, it was not going to happen this summer. And now it has. But truly, madly, honestly, deeply, any thoughts you have on this whatsoever, I would fucking love to hear them in the comments below. So please do find that. You can get me on Twitter as well, at Adam Cleary, CLERY. I will be talking about this all day to anyone who listens, so let's do that. In the meantime, though, 442 at 442, the new season preview's out. Go and buy that, and I'll see you next time, because wow. Bye.